You are about to connect with people who are ready to bring you the most open, honest, and revealing life stories. Welcome to Journey TV. This segment is brought to you by 7 C's. 7 C's, building health naturally. Welcome to today's episode of Journey TV. I'm Alia Campbell, your host, and it is my pleasure to have Dr. Alia Campbell here with us today. Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm great.
Awesome. You're great.
Great.
It is amazing that your answer is great. You know, your beautiful smile, and you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I know this is a thing that people say often. You don't look like what you've been through. So I say that to say, you don't look like what you've been through. Before we get into what you have been through, how about you get our viewers more acquainted with you?
Well, I am Dr. Alia Patrice Campbell. I'm a doctor of dental surgery, a mother of one to my little lion, Logan James. I practice here at the Princess Margaret Hospital and private practice on Collins Avenue. I am gearing up to take over the office of John Lewis. He's been in practice now 57 years, and I will be the first associate he's ever hired. So,
awesome.
Yeah, we're getting the ball rolling with that.
Yeah, so you're making big leaps and bounds in your career.
Yes.
Awesome.
Finally. Finally.
So what does Dr. Alia like to do outside of, when
dentistry?
Yeah.
I still love to make people smile. I have my Instagram page. I'm always talking some foolishness, making people laugh. I love to dance, even though my friends tell me that I cannot dance. Does not stop me. I love to dance and just enjoy my time with my son and my family now.
So you said you're lion, Logan.
Yes, he's a Leo.
Oh, okay. I was like, tell us about it. Describe his personality, because
he's a lion.
Yeah,
he is a lion.
He's living up to that.
He is living right up to that, and he is a big boy. For a 3-year-old, he looks about 5 because his dad is tall, so he takes after them. So he's a really big guy.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I can see he makes you smile a lot.
Yes.
So you released a blog on Footprints, and it was about your journey with breast cancer.
Yes.
And I will tell you that brought all the emotions out of me, your story, because you were dealing with so much in life at the time when you got that news.
Yes.
I'm gonna, let you go ahead and tell us about that.
I had Logan in Boca Raton, and when I was about to have him, my mother flew over. I had not seen her because I am from Grand Bahama, so my family is still there. When she walked into the house, I said, "Why are you so small?" She said, "I small?" I said, "Yes." I said, "This is not you. As soon as you get home, I need you to go to the doctor." She said, "Oh, I don't need to go." I'm like, "No, it's not what you think you need. It's what I say you're gonna do." December 19th, 2017, she was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. I was the only one that knew, because she said she doesn't want to know her results until after we spent Christmas. She wanted to enjoy her Christmas.
Wow.
Fast forward to the next year, about in October, I noticed that I was in the shower and I noticed that my nipple on my right breast did something weird, and I looked up and I said, not today, God. I have too many things going on. I don't have no time for this. Fast forward, I turned 40 December 1st of that year. I said, this is my season. Everything, favor is gonna fall upon me, everything. I was standing talking to my caretaker for Logan, and something just said to feel your chest. It was weird. So I started to feel my chest as I'm giving her instructions for the next day, and I felt a lump. As she's staring, like, she asked me, "Miss Alia, you okay?" And I'm like, "What the?" I say, "No."
And this is after you already saw something that was
off. And I said, "What the heck is this?" I didn't say heck, and I have to censor this for TV. I said, this. I immediately called my doctor's assistant, because Homer Bloomfield, he's like my uncle, right? But this was like 10 o'clock at night. I said, don't call Uncle Homer, let me call Faye. I called Faye. She said, tomorrow morning, go straight to Fort Terrace Diagnostic Center, get an ultrasound, because I know my body inside and out.
You pay attention, and you're in the medical field.
Right. So I went there, walked in. They were excited to see me, because the last time they saw me was when I was getting my ultrasounds for Logan.
Right.
So I sat there, did all of the tests. Even though Dr. Bloomfield's office sent me for the ultrasound, I said, no, I've never had a mammogram. I want one. So I got a mammogram. That came back very dense. So I went in for ultrasound, and the tech, who knows me quite well, she was talking, and then she stopped talking a little bit, and her body language shifted a little bit, and I'm watching her. I'm watching this as all of this transpires. She said, I'll be right back, doctor. She walked out, and she came in with the head radiologist. I said, hey doc, how are you? He said, I'm good. I will need you to come in first thing in the morning for biopsy. So I'm there like, oh my God. I was hoping that they would be like, this is just something, it's movable, it's not fixated, you know. So went in the next day, so that's Sunday, lump, Monday, ultrasound, Tuesday, biopsy. Went about my daily life. Because they punctured it, it started to actually hurt and started to grow. So it like exploded a little bit. So they rushed it. The next week, my mom flew in. I was sitting with her in the oncology department waiting room, and my phone rang. And because she was there, and she was a very nosy little lady. She was like, I'm like, hey, okay, great. I'll be right over. So I hopped in my car, went there, sat in the chair. Faye was already crying. I was like,
Faye from the office?
I say Faye, yeah. She's like a big sister to me. It's like I work there. Whenever I come for my appointments, I go in the back, I get my tea, you know, so they know me. And then Dr. Bloomfield walked in, and he says, in his Jamaican accent, Alia, it's malignant. One tear ran down my cheek, and I said, okay, what next?
Wow.
Y'all set up my appointments. Let me get this under wraps, because we don't have no time for this.
So you were ready to move on to the next phase of what do I do next to battle this?
Yes.
We are going to take a quick break and come right back to get more of this of your story. Okay. So stay tuned. Right after the break, we're going to continue our conversation with Alia. Welcome back to this impactful conversation with Dr. Alia. So Alia, we just stopped where you actually got this news. And you got this news while you were assisting your mom. Like you said, you saw your mom, she didn't look right, so you had to go to the doctor, and it turned out that she was actually battling lung cancer. You have a small child, Logan, and now you are hit with this news that is just, I mean, you need to be there for Logan. You need to be there for mom. What happened after?
So I told them to book all of my appointments. The next appointment would be with Dr. Devon Curling and Dr. Williamson Shea, my oncologist and my surgeon. I went to the appointment to Dr. Shea, and he said, what do you want to do? Your options are to remove that one, or remove both, lumpectomy. What do you want to do? I said, remove both. So he says, okay. So I left. he called me on the phone and he said, so we can do this next week Friday. I said, no, you can't. I said, my mother's gravely ill. This might be my last Christmas with her. Wow. So we are going to spend Christmas with my mother. And he said, okay, so we'll do it for January 11th. January 11th came, I woke up. It was so amazing. I think I sent you the photo. When I was driving to Doctor's Hospital, the sky was pink.
Wow.
It was weird. The sun was rising and the sky was pink. And it was absolutely beautiful. Got to Doctor's Hospital. My priest was there, Father Harry Bain. We prayed, we sang, went upstairs, and I had all my village around me. And I rolled in. Dr. Mark Weish, my anesthesiologist, said, what type of music do you like? I said, 90s R&B. He locked that in. The last thing I could remember is them playing Escape. So I woke up in my hospital bed with my village around me.
Wow.
A new woman.
A new woman.
A new
Even the
woman.
way you phrase that, a new woman. The way you are amazing.
They said life begins at 40. I guess they were right, because my entire life changed when I turned 40. So I did that. Healed and started chemo. Everybody that knows me from childhood till now knows I have hair OCD, Erlene Camille. Okay? I have hair OCD. And that was a point in my life, right before that, when I decided to grow out my hair. So I had this big curly afro. I never used to really comb my hair and nothing like that, because this was wild and it was big and I absolutely loved it. And I cut off all my hair. I cut it short so I wouldn't be devastated when it started to fall out. I prepared myself at every step to be okay with the changes that were going to happen. And in April 2019, I finished my last chemo. In August 2019, I was deemed cancer-free. So I was in remission. A lot of people think that that's where the journey stops. However, the journey carries on for the next 5 years. You have to take medication. You have to go to the doctor every 3 to 6 months to make sure that your markers are down and to make sure that you're still healthy. So I'm still in my journey. I'm still in my transformation of getting to know this new person that I have become. I'm a much kinder person. I'm a much sensitive person. So I was always a survivor, but now I am deemed a warrior.
Warrior, I love it. Where does your natural, even the way you describe things, it's not, you don't have time to feel any type of sorry that this happened, or it's time to move, My
mother.
Wow.
She is 100 times me. She was 100 times me. Shortly after Dorian devastated Grand Bahama, the Monday after that, at 5 o'clock, she was an amazing person. And anybody that met her, either good or bad, they would say they will never forget her. We have a sports lounge in Freeport. Me and my brother, now my dad, that we ran, and it's called Somewhere. And I asked her, well, why are you naming it Somewhere when we was first starting to get the ball rolling? She's like, because it's always 5 o'clock somewhere and people want drinks. So on September 9th at 5 o'clock on the dot, my mother went to heaven.
Wow.
With us by her side.
Went to heaven.
Yes, and my favor just started to, Erlene Camille, when I said favor, everything just started to fall into place. I have never, the entire time of 2019, she never wanted and I never wanted. And we are the breadwinners of our family, basically. But God had it that we had everything we needed, everything.
So I'm just blown away. Like every time you talk, I'm coming in more and more just to hear more. You are Amazing, and I'm sure I said that earlier. And you are a warrior, like you said. So, tell, I guess, our viewers who may be struggling with a medical issue, some specifically, you know, breast cancer or any other form of cancer, or like I said, just any medical issue. What would you tell them? Because when people hear the word cancer, they think death immediately. You just found a way to move on and like fight.
I have so many things to be grateful for. The smallest things to the largest things. My family is a really traditional family. So when I got pregnant with Logan, my mother was like, oh my goodness, you made it this far? Why aren't you married? I said, Mommy, some things aren't for everybody. I said, but it's one thing that I do want to be is a mother. And a year later, here it is that there's a chance that I may not be able to have any more kids. So that blessing, he is what I live for. He is a blessing beyond any magnitude that I could ever express to anyone at any time. You have to find the positive. I try to convey to people every day through my story, through my testimonies, that you must be kind to people. You have no idea what they're going through, or better yet, what they went through. Experiences in our lives shape us into who we are, you know? And I have rised above so much adversity by myself, in silence, in the dark, that it shaped me into her. Nothing is as bad as you think it is. A positive mind can take you so far, so very far. You know, you write your story, and the story begins in how you think about your story. So the more positive you are, the universe blesses you with that positivity. And your actions, everything lines up with that positive outlook. Yes.
I see, you know, you were rocking this lovely suit. And then you rocking them with some tennis. And usually when I see you, you are wearing these tennis.
Yes.
Please tell us.
So, I am a sneakerhead, but I vowed to myself that in 2020, that I am going to run for everything. I'm running after everything I lost in 2019.
Amen.
So, what better way to run than in sneakers? I'm prepared.
Wow. Yes. I'm saying it a third time. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time here. Thank you for your fight. Thank you for being an example to others out there so that they can know that they can overcome so many different things that you have overcome. Here today we learned about, you know, you lost your mother and you're still living, you know, in her memory, smiling every day. You've overcome breast cancer, and you're a mom. You're making big strides in your professional career. Hats off to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you for coming on Journey TV, and I do think we will need to have you back.
I'll be glad to come back.
So don't go anywhere. On the other side of the break, we will have our community highlights. All of our guests have released exclusive life stories on Footprints blog. Log on to www.footprintsjourney.net to learn more and to continue to follow their journeys of survival, resiliency, and strength. Follow at Footprints on Facebook and on Instagram at Footprints Journey. Contact us at joinus@footprintsjourney.net if you have an inspirational life story to share.
We want you to journey with us.
Footprints! It's time for Journey TV's Community Highlight, where we feature nonprofits that are giving back to our community in big ways. These local heroes are positively impacting and changing our nation by their give back. Our goal is to bring more awareness and support to their organizations. Here is this week's feature.
Actually, when Dream Chasers started, established some 6 years ago, is my revisit to the Bahamas, actually moving from North Carolina over a period of 12 years. Inside the inner city was more so, it wasn't a safe place for a lot of kids to play. First, it started off as an alternative for kids to come in and play basketball and learn different sporting events and activities. After a while, it started to grow into basically a daycare center for everyone in the community, all ages, even babies. And we have initiatives, programs and sessions usually take place from Monday to Thursday. We do like 3 sessions a day for each sport. And after that, we did community service every weekend, and it was mandatory that we go to church. And that's how we started off. Most of our projects are just quick thinking. For instance, from back to school giveaways, from one of our projects called Barefoot Walk to Junkanoo Beach, grow beds, planting gardens, cleaning up empty lots. Anything which you can think of as an initiative actually to give back, we try to incorporate inside Dream Chasers. Well, basically the sponsorship is based on the details of that event or whatever. But mainly right now, we don't ask for cash. We usually use we want to build a partnership first. We like to build a friendship and then a partnership. So mostly with our friends, I want to highlight a few people if I can. I want to Jamal Smith, for instance, would say, hey Nate, we got a trailer full of goods. And then we got Frankie Charms One, owns a shipping company, he import most of my stuff, the product and so forth like that. So that's another friendship, partnership. And we have Phoebe, she's an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. We have a lot of people in the community. Ruby, I can go on and on. So it's just creating a friendship, and then we have partnership later. Basically, you can hit me up on 242-565-4681, and also by email. It's Nate the Great, Nate NateDagreat 49@yahoo.com.
Things can be going so well, then all of a sudden life can come tumbling down. What do you do when nothing makes sense? When everything has a question mark and you don't even know what your next move should be? I say you fight. As long as you have breath, you move and fight. Don't stay still. Fight. Fight for your life. Fight for the lives of those that you love and for those who are depending on you. Alia did just that. In the face of devastating news, she fought by focusing on the next step to move towards beating cancer. And then each step after that. Her words, what do I do next, put her in ready mode to fight and to ultimately overcome her biggest challenge. This is a true warrior's heart. With fear, with doubt, and with many questions, she continued to move forward courageously. Even when our steps are weak, we must still move. Alia said that daily she prepares for life's battles, and she reminds herself of her readiness by wearing tennis shoes. We can use this as an example to prepare for our own battles. Daily identify the problem, look for the solution by asking what's next. Take the action steps needed to get to your solution. So long as you have breath in your body, you can conquer your problems, whether they are internal or external. There is always a solution, and finding a symbol to remind you of your readiness to fight these battles can only be a plus. Spend time with your Heavenly Father. Ask Him to help you to find the answers, and always remember that greater is He that is within you. God will step up tall in you. Ask Him for boldness, for assurance and confidence to fight your battles in His will and with His might. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, give hope, light, and love to the people around you. But most importantly, don't forget to give it to yourself. Join us next time for more Journey TV.